We have been talking about a word called, we just coined it, it's called managing the transition. And very interestingly, on Sunday evening, President Zuma says to us, what do you guys mean by transition? He says this is a strange word that you guys have just coined. What is this thing, transition, you're talking about? So he said to him, no, you see, it's a handing over power from you to Cyril. That we are managing that. And let me tell you, one of the problems in the ANC is that because the term of office of the ANC ends first, especially when you are now doing your second term, you're still left in government with 18 months, it always creates a problem. In the past, with President Mandela, it was easy because President Mandela said, look, I'm going to let Thabo Mbeki run government. I'll just be dealing with other ceremonial activities. So you couldn't see that tension at the time. Fast forward, President Mbeki's time to leave, he's still there. Jacob Zuma is now president of the ANC. And he thinks certain things should be done in a particular way, but Mbeki does them in a particular way, and he gets irritated, whatever. So the tension grew faster, and the NEC said, well, let's recall him so that the leadership elected by conference takes charge. So we were saying to President Zuma on Sunday, we don't want two centers of power. We want President Ramaphosa to take control not only of the ANC but of the affairs of the state. And we're very clear about it. The 6 of us were there. We came very late from Limpopo, where we were, to meet with him and have dinner with him. Our view as the leadership of the ANC is that the sooner the President of the Republic steps down for the new leadership to take over, the better. Because then you have certainty of policy, of direction. There should be no confusion. So you as investors, you want to make sure that when you meet with the new team led by President Ramaphosa and we say, this is not going to happen, you don't want to think, but what does President Zuma think on the same matter? So you'll understand why I was not here yesterday. Because coming out on Sunday night, which is now news, President Zuma basically said to us, I'm not going anywhere. Not convinced by you guys, so I'm not going to resign. You can go back and report to your National Working Committee and the NEC that I said I'm not resigning. Tried to persuade him, we spent a lot of time. At the end we said that's fine. So where we are now, we have now agreed that if the President doesn't want to resign voluntarily, we will recall him, like we did with President Biden. And that we will do tomorrow night. That's what we're going to do. Because I'll tell you why we want to do that. Because our view is that if the President doesn't want to resign, for whatever reason, we have a party to run that is going to be very soon in an election campaign. And we don't want to be dealing with other problems. We have too many of our problems, so what we want to do is to ensure that we are not involved in motions of no confidence or impeachment that will affect our party. Yes, A motion of no confidence will affect President Zuma. Impeachment will affect him personally. He is prepared to go through that. We are not. And we made it clear to him, we are not prepared to go that route. So if you don't resign, we're going back to the NEC. So the NWC basically said, we need to recall the president so we can move on. That's why we have postponed SONA this week. I think for us, we want, once the SONA is presented, State of the Nation address, it must be clear what the message is for the future. And I'm sure you'll agree with me that the one who's leaving can't give the message for the future. Because I think it's, for me, it's as simple as all that. The one who's leaving must do a farewell address. And I don't think you should do it at SONA. SONA is about, guys, here we are, this is where we go. And I think Ramaphosa should do that. So when you hear that SONA is postponed indefinitely, it doesn't mean it will be 6 months. It probably will be a week. These things are going to happen fast. The NEC of the ANC meets tomorrow in Cape Town. By Thursday, you will have the decision. And in my view, I think there's only one decision, that the President of the Republic must now give way to the new leadership of the ANC. We have been elected by conference. And we don't take kindly ourselves to be told by the one who's deployed what to do. We went to the President, we respected him. We wanted to see him on Tuesday. On Wednesday, when he came from the AU, he said, no, see me on Sunday. We obliged, we went to his house, we saw him. But beyond that, he can't tell us what to do, because we have been elected. The bucks in this country stopped with Cyril Ramaphosa, nobody else. We've worked with President Zuma for years, but now it's time for change. So I want to assure all of you that the future is bright. South Africa is open for business. We're going to focus on economic recovery.